Hello, thanks for watching this QuickBooks Online video. In this video, we're going to focus on QuickBooks Simple Start Plan. So this is our part 1 of tutorial video related to QuickBooks Online Simple Start Plan. So let's get started. First of all, you need to sign up to create company file. Uh, the best place to go is QuickBooksOnline.com. It's QuickBooksOnline.com. That's Intuit's website. Or you can pick QuickBooks.intuit.com, or you can start from our website. It's newqbo.com, and we have affiliate link to Intuit QuickBooks on our homepage. So this is the homepage, newQuickBooks.com homepage, and so you can start from here as well. So once you sign up, the first screen you will see is like this one, the QuickBooks Start My Free Trial. Start My Free Trial. So you can click that one, click that link. It will take you to the next page where you get to pick your plan. So as you know, they have 3 plans: $10, $20, and $30 plan. Simple Start for 10, Essential for 20, Plus for $30. So this video we're gonna talk about Simple Start only, and we have other videos for Essentials and Plus plans as well. You can check it out. So this video, Simple Start, $10 per month, and we're gonna figure out who is the best candidate for this Simple Start plan. Okay, so let's look at the features in here. All you have to do is click this More Features and Compare Plans. Click that one. So you have a company, a small company, and you just want to track your income and expenses for the whole year, and then at the year end, you just want to hand over all the reports to your accountant to do review and taxes. Then this is a great plan. So you want to write a couple of invoices, some invoices, and send it to your customers for payment. So this will do it. And the best of all, if you have bank account and credit card accounts, you can download transactions directly from your bank account and credit card companies, and then you can post to QuickBooks. So that's a good feature to have. So it basically will sync your bank account with QuickBooks, and you'll download all the transactions every day, middle of the night, and then all you have to do is categorize all those deposits or expenses and post it to QuickBooks Online. You still have to do entry, so it's not automatic. It automatically download, but you still have to categorize and post it to QuickBooks. So that's the good part. For $10, that's a good good feature to have. And you can also print checks if you want to, or you can just write manual checks and do the entry here. And the other part is this access to one person only. So if you're just going to be a one-person company and you just want to log in all by yourself, don't need multiple users, then this is a good plan to have. Okay, so basically you just do the transactions, categorize transactions for the whole year, create some invoices, send it to your clients, and get some payments. And if you want, you can do some manual entries, or you can just fully rely on bank download, and from there you can categorize your income by creating sales invoices and categorizing all expenses type, and creating income and income statement and profit and loss statement and balance sheet whenever you need it. and then hand it over to your accountant at the year end from there on. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is, if you want to try it, this says try it free. So you can just try it for free. It will take you to the next screen, and you can just sign in here. It will say your first name, last name, your email. Normally email is for your company name, company email, and then if you just select your user ID. User ID is a unique ID that's related to your company name, and then you select your password. So the first name, if you can change it later on. Last name, you can change it later on. Email, of course, you can change it later on. But the user ID is going to stay here. You can't change it. So password, you can change it. So make sure you select the correct user ID for your company file. So once you fill out this, then the next screen will fill out credit confirmation, and then you fill out that, and the next screen will go through the type of company you want to create and what type of business you have, the sole proprietorship or partnership or S corporation or your business entity type. So fill out all those and then select the business type, if it's a consulting one or you do manufacturing, and manufacturing probably won't be a good fit for this one because there's no inventory features on Simple Start. But basically you just do consulting and some professional type of services. This is a good fit for you. So once you have that, it goes through their company file, and they do create company file, and the screen after that, it will look like this one. Once it's done, your home page screen will look like this. So once you have that, and so the next step is what you're gonna do. All right, so that's where our tutorial comes in. Okay, so top here in the middle you see plus sign. So plus sign, if you click it, you will see create. So what create means, this is where you enter transactions. If you want to create invoice, you just create invoice section here, like this one. So it will take you to invoice form. So the plus sign is to create transactions. It's the invoice for the income, expense for paying to your vendors, paying bills, and then if you have employees, or if you want to use payroll, then you have to activate this one too, the payroll one. But that would be like a payroll, and then we have a single time activity. There's a little arrow in here. So what they want to do is, if you want to upgrade it, then you click it here, and it will take you another screen, and then you have to upgrade. They will give you upgrade sign. So that's where you go. So let's click the plus sign again. So wherever you see this plus sign, the feature is not the arrow sign, arrow up sign. That means if the feature is not available for the Simple Start. Right here, delete credit is not available. Delete charge not available. Bill, same thing. Pay bills, purchase order, vendor credit, and the payroll. We have to sign in for the payroll, and same thing with these timesheets as well. So once you have Simple Start, basically what you have is the invoice. You create invoice, send it to your customers, clients, and you see payment, and then you can have you can create estimate for your customers, and your credit memo, and the sales receipt. If you receive payment at the same time, the sales receipt, and if you have a refund receipt, the negative of sales receipt. Somebody returned your product and you want to give credit, give the reimbursement. So this is where you go, refund receipt. All right. So we're back to home page again. So the plus sign is to create transactions. Create transactions here. On the left side, there's a magnifying glass, and this is the search transaction. If you want to do historical source of transactions. So this is where we come, the little magnifying glass. So you can do search by, by any transactions right here, checks, credit card credits, deposits, and the reference is for whatever you fill out the form. You can do the search based on that. And so go back to home page. All you have to do is home in here. It will take you to home page, and you will see uh, home page screen here. And you have a money bar in here once you have transactions. As you can see, we have $100 in here. I have one or two transactions in here. Okay, so the plus sign is to create, and the magnifying glass is for search, and this little clock is for to check out your recent transactions. You click it here, it will list few transactions in here. In this case, recent transactions have only 3 in here. Normally it will list 10, and if you want more recent transactions, then you click the more button here, more in here. All right, so plus for entering transactions, magnifying glass for search, little clock is for recent transactions. You can do recent transactions from other places too, but it's on the home page right here. Okay, and on the right side, upper right corner, you will see this little gear in here. You will gear in here, and then you will have a company name in here. Little gear next to that, the company name. So this is where you do the settings here. This one is the accountant version, so you won't see it. Normally you will see all these in here. Settings, list, tools, your company. And when you sign in, it's the Intuit. When you want to sign in, you go to qbo.intuit.com. qbo.intuit.com. So that's where to sign in. And when you want to sign out, you go in here, the company gear, and the sign out is right here. Sign out. Sign out is right here. All right. And so settings here. If you want to do company settings, change the address, change the email for billing. So this is where we go. Click this one. As you can see here, the company is the address in here. So they give you a company address, customer address, legal address. So the company address, it could be one, and the customer address, this is the one. If your company address is different than your customer address, this is the one. You will see it on invoice, sales receipt. So if you want to make sales receipt address, invoice address different than your company address or legal address, this is where you come and change it. Right here, customer address, like that. And once it's done, you save it, and then you want to create a separate customer email, then you can change it here, right here, the customer. This is for customer email one. So when you send out your invoice, you want to have a different email address than your company email address. So this is where you come in and change it. And the company phone number, there's only one here, and you can put the company website, and then basically you save it. Okay, and then you have and then if you want to insert your company logo, you just come in here. You can do it from your home page as well. So right here, you just click it here, and then you can insert your company logo. You browse it and insert it right here. Right here is the company logo. You can do that. It's fixed. You can move. There's no way to move this to over here or something like that on invoice. It's fixed, but you can insert company logo. All right. So back to company gear again. There's a gear sign. The company settings. So this is the logo, and then in here the accounting measure is accrual. So you can have either accrual or cash. So accrual or cash, accrual or cash. So you can just set it up as accrual, and then if you want to run cash basis reports, you can do that too. or you can just set this up as cash, and then you can also still run accrual report. So in this case, I just want to set this up as a accrual basis, and then here's the one you put in your employer ID. If you have federal ID number, or you just have to use your own social security number. So this is where you do it. And the tax form is basically what type of business you have, what type of tax you file. You click it here, it will tell you. We fill out, you file 1040, the sole proprietor here, 1065, 1120S, 1120, 990, or some other things, or not sure. So in this case, let's just say it's sole proprietor. That's fine. Let's save it. Okay. And the label, customer label. So you want to call it customers, clients, donors, guests, members, patients, tenants. So these are the ones you can select. So you have clients, or you have donors, or you have members, or tenants. If you have tenants, you don't want to call them customers, I guess. So you just select tenants here. So that's how you do it. So in this case, I just want to select customer. That's very normal. But if you can change it here. Save it. All right. So this is done. So the company settings is that's what you do on the company settings right here. Okay. And then the company, and then that we have under settings, you have sales. Let's click this one. And if you click this one, if you want to customize your invoices or sales receipts, so this is where you come. It goes through like this, and then they have different field, header information, all kinds of things in here. It will go through different columns for your invoices. So if you select whatever you need to do, you can change it here. Right now, for products, for the column, it's saying service. And you can change anything you want. Let's say a design. That's fine. That would be one column. And then you have another column for quantity, activity. The description, you can just say description if you don't want the activity. Like this. And you can save it. Done. Go back to sales again. So this is where you customize your invoice, and then you can set up your terms. So when you invoice, if it's net 30, right, you can change it later on, but net 30 is your default one. You can select net 30, and all your invoices are due on receipt, you can just change due on receipt, and here you can change shipping. It's off right now, so you can put shipping in here. If you're going to ship UPS or FedEx, so this is where you fill out you select the shipping here. And if you want to have your own customer transaction number, you select in here, like this one. All right, so let's just say save it for now and see what happens. Okay, and now we're going to open another browser. All you have to do is right click here and duplicate. It will open another browser. Okay, so now in here we just want to go to home page and go to create plus sign, and you want to create invoice here. Okay, so as you can see here, you have invoice number. You can change this to whatever you want. Let's say you want to start from 15, that's for 2015, and then 1001, like this. So you can do it because you did the you select custom transaction numbers on. So once you select custom transaction number on, then you can change your invoice number. So next one, once you create this one, let's just create something in here. All right, so the customer and select your product. Let's say the sales one here, $100, and save and close. All right. So next one is should in sequence it should be 15-1002 right here 1002. Okay. So let's create another one. Sales right here. And if you want to create another invoice, instead of save and close, you just select this drop down arrow and select save and new right here. So now you come back to same screen again, but there's the separate invoice number now 1003. That's the third invoice. All right. So the invoice form wise, first here is a selected customer, and if you're going to send out your email your customer this invoice, you just put the email address in here. And if you want to send to more than one customer, just put the comma sign in here, put space, and let's say Gmail like this. So you're sending sending email to two. You have to set up two emails here, and so you can add another one if you want another email. So you can have multiple email addresses. So this is how you do it. Just comma with space, and you go good to go there. And the terms right now, remember we changed this to due on receipt as default. And if you want to change it now, you can change it here 15 days, invoice date, and see if you have three custom fields in here. Normally you may not see it, so you have to select custom field in here, settings, see the custom field, you just select the custom field in here, so shipping, discount, deposit, so you have to sales, so this is how you got it. Print later, shipping, see right here, where is it? Shipping, customer transaction, service date, discount, deposit. We can select if you're gonna if you want to show service date on your invoice. If you're gonna bill hours, 40 hours, 30 hours, and you want to show when the service was performed, then you select this one. And if you want to provide discount to your customer and you want to see it on your invoice, so you need to select in here. And the same thing with deposit. You want to see deposit before you start your work, you select this one in here. And in here you have product columns in here, so you can it's already on, so you got to have this one on, and track quantity and price rate if you want to do it. So for this one you have to unsave changes, so you have to save this first. Now you can change it if you want. Right here, track quantity and price rate. So these are all is related to how you want to invoice your customer or client. And online delivery, email. So it will tell you you want to attach sales form as PDF and online invoice right here, or HTML type invoice or plain text invoice. Let's say in here. So you can play around with those and save it. And this one is the statements. So aging table at the bottom of statement. So if you want to play around with this one, when you send out a customer statement, if you want to see the aging table at the bottom of the statement, so this is the one you need. All right, and now let's move to the expenses here. Okay, so this one is basically if you have a billable hours, you want to bill your customers, so this is where you come and do it. But in this case, Simple Start, they don't have it, so you will have to upgrade it. So this two, it doesn't apply to Simple Start. And the payment, same thing. So if you're gonna accept credit cards, this is where you sign up. QuickBooks Online. If you already have a merchant services, Go Payment or some other stuff, you come here and do the connection. All right. So the advanced one. Okay. So the advanced one, this is to do with your QuickBooks accounting, the fiscal year. If it starts in January, you select January, and first month of income tax year, same as fiscal year. Normally, if your order is different, then this is where you come in and change it. And to close the books, if you want to close the books, let's say on December 31st, you come here and change this, close the book, and then you put the date in here, December 31st, like this one, December 31st, 2014, or next year will be 2015. And then what happens is, if you try to enter transactions on or before 2014, it will ask you the books is closed, and then you can still sign in and will have access and do the update, but it will give you a signal right there. Close transactions, you have to set up password, and normally you won't be able to update it again. No more new transactions because you close the books. All right, let's close the books in here, save. As you can see here, close the books, December 31st, 2014. That means if you try to enter an expenses on or before 2014, December 31st, 2014, then you can't do it. Or you have to sign in and then enter it again. All right, and the account numbers. This is for the chart of accounts. So right now it's off. You go to chart of accounts. So go to chart of accounts. You can go from here, transactions, chart of accounts. So this is the chart of accounts. Or you can just go from here, the company gear and chart of account under settings too, if you take it to the same place. Okay. As you can see here, there's no account number. For some reason you want to assign account numbers. So this is where they come in. Chart of accounts, off, and let's say you want account number, right here, account number, save it. Now if you go back to your chart of accounts, now right here, so account numbers, now you have account numbers in here. We'll have an assigned account number, we have to assign the account numbers, then you'll see it. So if you go to edit, see here account number. So let's say this is the account number for this one. Okay. No problem in here. All right, save it. Right here, the new account number. So if you want account number, well, this is how you do it. In here, company settings, advanced, start of account numbers on. Then you'll see the account number. Let's say you don't want it, just check this one. It's gone. And you can come here and turn it off. Don't want it. Right here. And this one is for shipping account. So if you ship some products and services, and you want to have a shipping income, you charge shipping, then this is where you come in and select your shipping income account. Right here, shipping income. So this is basically select where you want to post your shipping income. When you bill your customer for shipping, it asks you where you want to post it. The shipping income is the right one here. So it should be on your chart of account. It comes from your chart of account. So if you go to chart of account, you should see shipping income in here. So this is the one. So this is the one you automatically post when you do the when you create the invoice with shipping. All right, and then automation. So if you want pre-fill from posted into content, like you select one vendor and next time uh, you select the same vendor, it will basically pre-fill same account number, same amount. So if you want that, you just want to make this on. But you could find this kind of annoying. So if it's annoying, then check this off. So automatically apply credit. So what happens is the customer returns something and you invoiced it. Now you create customer credit and basically it will automatically apply against some invoice. And if you don't want it, just check this off. And in this case, if you have several invoices and you want to decide where you want to apply that credit to a particular invoice, so then you just uncheck this one. This one could be annoying, but if you just want to let the QuickBooks do it, then you select that one. And same thing with this one. If you want to copy invoices, estimate the invoices. So this is a critical one. So if you want to copy, estimate, you create estimate, and then you can later on copy to your invoice in here. So estimate. Let's say you want to create estimate. I only have one customer here. Let's say another one. Let's say Chris Smith. All right. So you fill out your email if you want. You're going to send it by email, and then expiration date in here. So fill out something here. All right. In this case, we're going to sell some product A for $50, and your estimate number. You can change it if you want. Let's just stick with that one, and just save it. So save button is kind of a critical one if you fill out long forms and somehow you lost it, then you have to start over again. So if you just select this one, you will save it. It's saved now, and then you can complete again. And once it's done, save and close or save and new. Let's say save and close. So now you have created estimate. And so you send out estimate to your customer. Now you want to convert that estimate to invoice. All we have to do is right here, copy to invoice right here. Copy to invoice. So if you have more than one item, you can't do partial. It's one or all. So if you don't copy all, then it will work. If you just want to copy partial, it won't work. It will copy all. And once you copy all, then if you don't need it, then next one, once you are at the invoice level, then you have to delete other lines. So there's no partial shipping, partial transfer to invoice on estimate feature right now. So no partial invoicing. Basically, you copy everything. So copy the invoice like this. And even in here you can change it if you want, but save and new or save and close, it's done. So we saw this estimate copied invoice is because this thing is on the setting side. That's why. And the miscellaneous is another one here. If you write duplicate check, it will give you sign. If you give you warning in here, warn you, hey, you're using this duplicate check number. This is where you come in. And you can sign me out for inactive. Your computer is idle. We're logged in. So you can set it up to 3 hours. and the date format, you can select it right here, date format, and the number format. I can just select this one, a whole bunch of things in here, and just save it. So, so that's about the settings one. Okay, that should cover company gear settings. Let's move on to next stage. Okay, so now we're done with company settings. Let's move on to chart of accounts. Okay, when you sign in, depending upon your selection of business type, they will have standard chart of accounts already done for you. And if you want to add new, basically you just click this new button, new, right here, new button, and then select the category type. The accounts receivable is already there and it's a default one, so this one you don't want to create another one. If you create another one, when you invoice it, it's going to create a problem. So this is the one account you don't want to fool around. Just leave the way it is. You don't need more than one accounts receivable, so just leave the way it is. And the next one, let's say you want to add a bank account. Here's the category type, bank. Select bank, and if it's checking, just select checking and just write bank name. Let's say if it's a Bank of America account, just say Bank of America checking account. If it is savings, let's say Bank of America savings account, and so on. So it's money market, same thing, and then just save it. And the balance one, if you are transferring balance from previous books, then you'll have a balance. So this is where you put in balance. When you put the balance, it will add to your bank account, and other side they will post to opening equity account. So at some point you'll have to clear that opening equity account. So anyway, so the balance, if you want to start with the opening balance, beginning balance, this is where you go. And you'll save it and done. And for other types, if you want to add another credit card, there's a credit card. So for the credit card type, that's your account, liability account. Just select credit card and just select any name. You can just name it. Just say Chase Visa card. Chase Visa card. And this one has number, so we're gonna not use number. So let's put the description in here, and then just save it. Alright, now if you come down, you'll be on your credit card here. This is your liability account. Here's your Chase Visa card. Okay. And so now you can do the same thing for income account. All you have to do is go to new and select income type. Income type right here, category is income type. Income type, and just name it any way you want it. They have a detail type here, right here, for the product, for the service, and for some reason the type of income you want to create is not on detail type. Just select the closest one, then you're done. This is trying to help you here, not trying to be, doesn't have to be highly accurate. So this is close enough, will do it. And then the same thing with expenses. So if you want to have expenses, just add in expenses in here. Come down, category type, come down, and we'll say expense, So select expense, and they have listed all the standard type of expense account. So it should have everything in here. For some reason it's not there. Just select the closest one. There's the expense one. So you can choose other miscellaneous if it's not on the list. Normally, all the standard categories are on the list here, and you don't want to make too many accounts for a chart of accounts uh, because they have already given you some standard account, and that should normally cover all the tax expenses you would have. But in any case, if you want to add it, that's how you do it. And once you add it, once you record expenses, then you can see the report from here. See, here's the register. So you will see register for the balanced account. So bank is balanced account, accounts payable is balanced account, other current assets balanced account, other current assets all balanced, credit type balanced account, equity is balanced, equity is balanced here. And right after equity you will see income. So that's when your P&L, profit and loss statement, comes in. So after equity you see income, that's part of profit and loss. So we come down all the way, income, cost of goods sold, expenses, all part of profit and loss. And then right over here after expenses you'll see operating income from your business. And then you have one-time income or miscellaneous income from non-operation type business. Then it goes into other income or other expenses. And when you want to see how much money you spend on certain items, let's say advertising, all you have to do is click this report. It will give you a quick report, like this one, account quick report. So right now we haven't entered anything, so that's why it's blank. So once you have transaction, it'll show up in here and will tell you how much to spend for that account. And if you need, you can change the transaction date. You can move it, change it here, 90 days. You can move it to last month, whatever, or you can just change the date in here, time frame. And to go to chart of accounts, you have, as I said, you can go from here or go from here. See right here, the chart of accounts and chart of accounts. So this one is left one is the blue navigation bar. We haven't talked about that, but we'll talk this on little later on. The chart of accounts, you can go from here as well. All right, so simple start, chart of accounts right here. Okay, so for example, if you want to see your bank register, it's right here. Your cash register, bank register. You just click it here. It will tell you all the transactions in and out in here. On the right side, it's right here. It will tell you expense side, and on this one is the on the right. It's the expense side. It's the payment one here, and the deposit. So deposit is credit. Your payment is expense. Deposit is credit, and payment is expense. But in this case, it's the opposite. This is the balanced account. So deposit is debit, and payment is credit. So on the balance sheet, your bank account, whenever you deposit is debit to your bank account. That means you're adding fund to your bank account. That's debit. When you withdraw money out, that's credit. Money in, bank account, debit. Money out, that's credit. All right, so I think we're done with the chart of accounts, and let's move on to QuickBooks Lab. So whenever they are testing some new stuff, this is where you come. So they just added some stuff. They're still working on this auto-complete widget. So this one is basically the collapsible left navigation bar. So if you go to the home page, you will see the little arrow in here, right here. Little arrow. You can see it here. You click the arrow, it will collapse, and your screen field will expand. So this is real helpful when you are doing bank reconciliation and doing some checking your customer center, and with some different columns, a bunch of columns in here. So click this, you'll see all the blue navigation bar titles in here. Collapse this, and you'll see the icons in here. So that comes from this this collapsible left navigation thing here. So all we have to do is, right now it's on. So if you, the first time you'll need to turn this on, and then you log out and log in. That's how it works. It will tell you right here. So if you want to activate this feature, that's what you have to do. And this one is still in progress. So if you click this one, so they'll give you some video in here how this works. All right. So the way it works is if it's a public database, so that's how they pull out the company name and address and everything. So that's how they get that one. So the public information, and that's how they get that one. So it's done. So all you have to do is, instead of typing your customer detail information, all you do is, let's put Intuit, and they are in Mountain View. They will list all Intuit offices in Mountain View area, so you don't have to type it again. So let's say Walmart is your vendor, just type Walmart. So in your area, it will list all the Walmart and give you address and everything, so you don't have to type it again. So this is the autocomplete we did. So this is still at the QuickBooks Lab Center in here. And then the pay by coin. So this is the Intuit stuff. You can check this later on. Just like PayPal type, a little bit different. And here's the Commerce Network. You can check that one too. This is QuickBooks Labs. So still in progress. So at some point they will introduce it. All right. So that's the QuickBooks Lab part. And let's move on to list. List. We're done with settings. Now let's look on the list. So the first one is all list. Let's see what's in all list. Okay. So all list, basically they list chart of accounts, recording transactions, and products and services. These, although it's on the list, you won't have that certain features. So if you click it location, they will say, hey, you got to upgrade it. But this is location tracking one, so you have to upgrade. Right now you're here, you have to go upgrade all the way up to here. So they haven't even revised this price yet. So you have to upgrade all the way up to up here to get that location tracking. Location tracking, okay. Inventory tracking, location tracking. So that's what they're saying. The list. So this one, you don't have that feature. Classes, you don't have that feature. Let's see what you have. Chart of accounts, you have it. Let's look at recording transactions. So same thing, you don't have that feature. So the list is basically chart of accounts, you have it. And the payment methods, this is just this add-on. Right now you have, it's saying you can pay by American Express, cash, check, Diners Club to your customers. When you send out invoice, you can, this is the selection you have. And if you want a new one, you can add new one in here, like this one. Just click it here, and name is the credit card type, so you can add it. So it's basically, it comes out from here. So the data is right here. And when you receive payment, That's when you'll see it. So let's just say sales receipt. So we'll see here payment method. So it's the same list here. Same list, payment list we saw it. So this is where it goes. This is for the sales receipt. And also for the invoice, when you see payment, then you will see it. Alright, we'll come back to the invoice part a little later on. So, and product and services. So if you are familiar with QuickBooks Online desktop, they call it item list, and QuickBooks Desktop, they call it item list, and QuickBooks Online, they call it product and services. So this is basically for adding service item. So all you have to do is click new one. So the screen is pretty plain. So just name something you want. Let's say you want to do service. You want to have a service type of name service. You're servicing for your customers. So that's the name of your service item. And you can put the price list here, rate, let's say $500. So that's your price. And then the income account, let's say you want just go to, let's say here. Alright, let's see, what else is there? Okay. Let's say you want just go to consignment income. This is just an example. So it's basically, whenever you create invoice, you will see this product and service item. So you'll see service, and when you go to your profit and loss statement, you will see it in here. So the mapping to consignment income account, and the price is $500. So it's not just $500. That's the amount you'll see when you create invoice, but you can change it. All right. So now we added, as you can see, here's the mapping. Service is the name of the product service item, and the description is right here. You just type in. So, and here's the mapping is the general ledger account, the consignment income account, and the price of $500. Edit. All right. So let's move on to another one. The recording, you don't have it. The recording is basically you have certain invoicing you need to do, billing for maintenance or something, and you want to invoice the same amount to your customer first of the month, then this is the one you need. But in this case, simple start, you don't have it, so you have to upgrade it. So you got to upgrade it, up sign. Okay, the attachment, what's attachment? Okay, so the attachment is basically, this is the batch attachment. Let's say you went to use your credit cards, you have a bunch of receipts, you travel, you have a bunch of receipts, you can upload all your receipts here. This receipts here, see batch action, attachments. The moment you click here, it will go to your hard drive and just attach it. Let's say you want to attach this one. It's not receipt, but this is just an example. Right here you have two receipts attached, and all you have to do at this point, so it's either enter it, create invoice, or create expense. So if it is this is something you want to bill to your customer, create invoice. If it's something this is your expense, you pay to a vendor, let's create expense. So it'll tell you, you can revise it here and make a note in here. It'll tell you, well, you know, you went to Walmart and bought something, and or you went to Home Depot and something for your customer. So if you need to attach this to your customer, when you send out invoice, just click it here, and then you do attach the invoice with receipt in here. So that's how it works. So you can do the batch, as you can see here, we just need two here, but click it here and just do the batch uh, downloading here. So this comes really handy if you want to attach receipts with your invoices, receipt with expenses, so you track all expense, everything in one place. So you don't have to wondering about what you're going to do about your receipts. You know, you went to gasoline station, they give you a receipt. So what are you going to do? So just upload it here, attachment, and just attach it and just create expense. Right here, create expense. Click this one. See right here, it's already attached. So this is for expense, let's say. All we have to do is select expense. We'll come back to the create plus sign a little bit later on, but this is how you do it. You can do it from here as well. So if you make a policy to have receipt for all expenses, this is the best place to come. So that's your policy is you want to have receipts for all expenses. That will have proper audit control for your business later on. So this is where you come. Upload all the receipts and then enter expense one at a time. All right. So you can do the batch as well if you want, you know. So next one is the import data. So the import data is you can import certain list. If you have a QuickBooks desktop, you can import customer information, vendor information, start of accounts. So this is the bank transaction. It will be an Excel file. The bank has to have a certain format. You can import it here. So if you click it here, it will tell you. So just click this one, file upload. So these are the formats you need: CSV, QFX, QBO, or OFX format. Those are four formats you need to download from your bank to QuickBooks. So from your bank, you will download to your computer, and from your computer, you download in here. You select the browse in here. Will take you to hard drive, the place where you file. So we'll come back to the bank feed next time. Not usually the next video. So the bank feed, it's right here, banking. So this is where your bank feed, download, sync with your bank, and that would be on our next video. Okay, so that's the import side. So the import one is basically it's all listed in here, and products and services. If you want to import, you can do it too from Excel. This is standard format. So it will give you some more information if you want, but it will be just the standard Excel format. See right here, they will have a. You click it here. So if they have a little sample file here. So if you click the sample file, it will give you how many columns you need and what information do you need to import your products and services from either from your old from your QuickBooks desktop or create on your own. So that way, when you do the products and services, you don't have to create one at a time in here. So you can import a whole list. So right here, import data, under tools, and import product and services. Same thing with customers and vendors. So chart of accounts, you can do the same thing, but their chart of accounts is recommended because they cover everything, almost everything. Okay, so and then the reconcile. This is the export data. So the export data, you probably you don't have to worry about that too much. So this is the one if you want to export from simple start QuickBooks Online to QuickBooks Desktop. So this is where you come, and it's not a seamless process. So you have to read more. You have to get all kinds of information. They have all kinds of protocols what you need to do, and so you got to study more if you need to export from QuickBooks Online to QuickBooks Desktop. The reconcile is a bank reconciliation. So once you have recorded all your expenses, all your deposits, and you want to reconcile your bank account, so this is where you come. Reconcile bank account. So it's a checking right here. So actually you can reconcile any balance sheet accounts, but mostly when it's reconciled, it's bank reconciliation. And you can also reconcile some other accounts, on a regular basis. But basically, it's reconcile is right here. Reconcile and reconcile. Now, the moment you do this, right now we don't have any transactions in here, very little. So you put the statement ending date, and the first time the balance is always zero because we haven't done reconciliation. So the ending balance is right here, and then if your bank is charging you some bank fee, you just put the service charge amount in here, and account it goes to a bank charge account. This is your chart of accounts right here. It goes to bank services, bank charges, and the date. This is the date that you saw on your bank statement right here. That way you don't have to create a separate entry for bank charges. And just click it here, and because you haven't put the statement date, and you'll go to the next screen, and then you do reconciliation. Okay, so and the audit log is it'll tell you who logged in. You have only one person, but it tell you what did you do when you logged in, where did you go. That's all the work you're doing here. It's logged in here. So that's your audit log. So audit log. That's what you do. Okay, and under your company, so your account. So this is where they will store your credit card, and if you want to upgrade it, this is where you come. If you want to cancel it, this is where you come. So it will give you, they have company credit card, and if you want to change your some information, this is where you come. And the manage users, at this point, this is QuickBooks Simple Start. There's only one user, but you can invite your accountant. You can invite your accountant up to 2 accounting forms. So you come in here and just get your QuickBooks online accountant email address from your accountant, and then just invite your accountant. And once your accountant has to accept your invitation, and then they can log in just like I did here. This is accountant, just like accountant here. This is accountant signed in here. And then the feedback is, this is the one you if you are not happy with certain things, if you have certain questions, you want to see new features, so this is where you come. Feedback. Right here under your company, feedback. So it's the company gear, click it, your company, and feedback. And then this company won't apply to most of the companies because this is only one you have, because you have it because mine is a QuickBooks Online Accountant version right now. And the sign out is right here. The moment you sign out, then it's done. You're logged out. Okay. So that covers all about the company gear. So next one we're gonna go through here and create transactions. And after once we're done with that one, then we'll come back to blue navigation bar on the left, and also the customer center, vendor center, and everything. And then we'll talk about the transactions, except bank fee. So that's going to be in our next part. And we're going to talk about reports, going to be our next part. So we're going to talk about the sales tax a little bit in here, and go from there. So let's take 1 minute break. Okay, we're back again. So now we're on the home page again. By the way, so whenever you log in, the QuickBooks Online, they recommend Google Chrome. So Google Chrome is a recommended browser. It'll work with Firefox as well, Internet Explorer, but Google Chrome works a lot better. So if you're using Internet Explorer and you don't see certain features, chart of accounts is missing, that kind of stuff, it's because you're using Internet Explorer, not Google Chrome. If you use Google Chrome, then you will have less conflict. Okay, so the plus sign now. click plus sign. We went through this a little bit. So the invoice one. Alright, so invoice, just select your customer, Jimmy Smith, right here, and select your product. And so then you select the, you'll say this is the UPS one, UPS, and shipping date is, let's say it's today, January 5th. And if you have a tracking number, you just put some number here, UPS tracking number, and let's say the term, we're going to give Nate 30, and you have an email address in here. This is not a valid email address, by the way. So let's put it in here, and the service, and the amount. See, although we put the $500 rate here, you can change it anytime you want. Let's just say this is $450, give it some discount. And if you have some shipping on this invoice, you just put in here. Let's say it's $5. All right. So balance due is $455, and invoice number you got right there. And so you're gonna save it, save and close, or you can preview it if you want. Let's say preview, print and preview. So the invoice looks like this. And if you want to print it, it's right here. Go around your mouse on the right side. That's your. You can save it as you save it on your computer. So here's your computer save, and here's the print button. The print button is right here. And then if you want to delete, right here, copy, void, delete, transaction journal, audit history. So if you need to delete, right here, it's under more, delete, void, copy. If you want to copy this invoice for next time, you can just copy it here. All right, and right here. And if you want to see how you invoiced last time, there's a little clock on the right side, left side here. You click it here, it will show you recent invoices on, not recent transactions for everything, just for this form, invoice form, recent transactions. Right here, the little clock on the left side. This is where you click. Click it here, it will tell you the invoices, recent invoices here. All right, so save and close. Okay, so now the next one is you invoiced it, you gave your customer terms, and now you receive payment right here. Receive payment, you go in here, you select your customer. This is Jimmy Smith. So Jimmy Smith has a bunch of open invoices. You can select which one got paid. The payment method, let's say it's check right here. And let's say you got payment for this one and that one. So the total payment is $200. $200, $200. Okay, and the reference, you can put the check number right here, like that. And so this is the important one. Okay, so when you select checking, so that means you went to the bank and deposited $200. So you one check, you went to the bank, wrote one deposit slip, and for $200. Then you select deposit to checking account. Deposit to checking. What if you have this $200 and you receive another check from another customer for $500, another customer for $1,000, and you bundle it and deposit in one deposit slip? So what will happen in that case? So in that case, what you have to do is select undeposited funds account. It's like a clearing type of account. So that's the one you want to select, not the checking account, because your deposit total, deposit slip amount is different than $200. So that's why you need to select undeposited funds account. So if it is just one check, one deposit, then bank deposit checking is fine. But at this point, let's say you don't know, you receive payment, you're going to deposit one check or one check deposit, or you're going to batch it and deposit with other checks. You don't know it. It's safe to choose undeposited funds. So I think it's better to make a trend. If you're gonna get more checks, if you're just gonna get one check a week or so, you know you're gonna get this one check and you go to the bank and deposit it, then that's fine. Just select to checking account and done. But you get checks on a regular basis and you deposit, you go to the bank, deposit a lot, then always select undeposited funds. So make this as the default one. All right, so let's select undeposited funds and $200. So save and new. Okay, so now we're gonna select another customer, receive payment here. Okay, so you also receive $50 from Chris Smith. So let's say this is also a check. The reference number is check number, and see that there's a stick in here. So last you'll recall we went to deposit undeposited funds, so you're still remembering we went to undeposited funds until you change it, going like this. Next time you come here, it will still say undeposited funds. So let's just leave the way it is. So last time previous one, it was $200 deposit check, receipt payment, and $50 check on this one, and we're gonna deposit $250 to your bank account. So we'll just save and close. Let's say we have two checks, and you're gonna buy deposit and deposit to your bank account. Okay, so that's done. So now invoiced it, we received payment, and it went to undeposited funds account, and now we're gonna deposit to bank account. So this is where you come. Other bank deposit account. So once you click this one, you will see those two checks. So it was sitting in your undeposited funds account like clearing account. So now we want to remove it from clearing account to your bank account. All right. So as you can see here, $200, $250. So select those two like that. So $250 is your deposit, and so your deposit slip for $250 is two checks. And here's your bank account. If you have multiple bank accounts, make sure to go to the right bank account. In this case, we have only one checking account. So the checking account, and save and new right here, save and close. All right. What if bank charged you a couple of bucks for certain fee when you deposited this one? So if that's the case, the deposit, this one happens if most of in some cases, like if you use a credit card, the credit card company, merchant services, they may deduct certain fees and then deposit the balance to your account. So in that case, what you have to do is that you have to select the merchant fee account. Let's say expense. All right, let's just select bank charges account as your merchant fees, and let's say they charge $5. So we just put the negative number in here, $5, like this. See what happens now, your deposit is now $245. So this is how you do it if your credit card company is deducting your fee when it goes to your bank account. So you have to create a negative amount like this one, and make sure the account is this, and then in here it's a vendor name, so you can say authorized name or whatever merchant company you're using, let's say PayPal even. So this is how you do it. All right, in this case it's two straight checks deposit, and let's say there's no bank fees. Let's cancel that one and deposit $250. So deposit to bank account is $250. So let's save and close. That's done. So now if you come back to your register, you should see that 250 deposit. So you register, you go to chart of accounts, you can come from here, chart of accounts, and go to register, right here, register. You should see that $250 as deposit right here. See, deposit 250. So this is your bank register one. So you should see it in here, deposit, and deposit is right here, and the payment in here. Okay, so let's move on to another one. Okay, the estimate. So let's say you're bidding on some uh, contract, and they want some estimate from you. You just create an estimate to your customer, like this one. Let's say Jimmy Smith wants some estimate. Let's say it's a product B estimate, and let's say it's a $5,000 estimate. And right now, when you send it, it's pending. So you can select a few things in here. So pending, estimated status is pending right now, accepted, closed, rejected. Accepted, closed, rejected. So if it's later on it's accepted, then they change the status there. So $5,000, let's say save and close. All right. So you send their estimate to your client, and so now you go back and let's say you got that business, and come here, estimate. So we'll clock in here. Estimate is 5,000. Now you can copy this to your invoice. That's copy the invoice, and you can also say change this pending status to accepted, and accepted by somebody in your company or the owner. Let's say accepted date is today, and let's say that there is no expiration date. This estimate is today, and you got a business today, and then you can fill out whatever it's in here. You can do that later on. So the copy to invoice. So first save this, and then copy to invoice. So now you're ready to send out your invoice to your client. So fill out FedEx, tracking number, and right there. And for some reason you got parcel business, or this is the parcel shipping. You can change it here, but the estimate, it's all gone. So it's a one shot. So there's no progress invoicing or parcel invoicing based on your estimate. So it's all gone. So save it, save and close. It's done. So that's the estimate part. And now let's move on to another one, the credit memo. So what is this credit memo? So the credit memo is reversal of this invoice. You invoice your customer, and they said, well, we don't like this one, we want our money back. Or we bought something and we don't need that many, so we're going to return a few. So this is the credit memo here. So the same process, nothing different. So Jimmy Smith wants to return something they bought. So service, let's say they want some discount, $40. Save and close, or save and send, whatever. So now you owe $40 to your client here on this one, if they have already paid that invoice. So credit credit memo. Or they haven't paid it, then you can deduct this uh, when you receive next payment. And the sales receipt is very similar to invoice. In this case, when you create sales receipt, you invoice it and also got the payment at the same time. So create this one. Here, it's the same process. So let's say Christmas and the payment method. So come in and paid cash. So right here, that's just sales. Let's say $100, and then same thing. You have to take this money to the bank. You don't know, it's gonna just go to the bank with $100 or with another check or some other check, some other cash. So just select undeposited funds. Undeposited funds, and then save and close like that. Okay, and then so sitting on undeposited fund account. And if you want it, then just go to bank deposit again, and then you go to the bank and deposit right here. So $100 cash. Make sure it's the right checking account, and save and close. Done. Okay, so now the refund receipt. So what is the refund receipt? It's negative of this. So you got payment, and you already received payment for this invoice, sales receipt, and now they said, well, I don't want it. I want my $100 back. So create this Chris Smith and payment method. Let's say you want to give cash, and from checking account right here. This one, checking account. If you do cash, there's no number in here. So just cancel that one. Say cash. If you want to write it down, cash. That's fine. And the product, sales. So cash, $100. So basically returning the $100 next day or whatever. Okay. This is just an example. Okay, so we covered everything here. You got an idea. The invoice, you invoice now and they will pay you later. Receive payment on this invoice. Estimate is sending out bids, and the credit memo is your customer returns something, goes there. Credit memo, return of invoice, and the sales receipt is the invoice and got the money at the same time. And the refund receipt is you already got the money and the customer wants the money back. So that's what it is. Okay, so now we come to the vendor side. We're done with customers. The expense side. Okay, so expense one right here. So before we go there, let's focus on the difference between expense, check, and bill. So in this case, you have a simple start. So there's no bill, there's no vendors payable, there's no accounts payable. So all we have is everything cash. So expense and check, these two. Just rely on these two. And if you need to print checks, you can order directly from Intuit. But their price is not that cheap. You can also buy from Costco, from discount stores, a lot cheaper. So expense one, this form is for your entering debit card, ATM fee, or whatever, from your bank account. Also your credit card expense. So the expense one is entering your banking transaction, your debit card, ATM or wire transfer expense or whatever, and also the credit card expense. And the check is you're writing your bank checking account from your checking account, writing check, either manually entering here or you're entering here and printing it. Let's start with the expense one. Okay, so the expense one, you just select your vendor right here. Let's say Jendo is your vendor, and you want to pay or use debit card to buy something. Let's say Jendo, you use debit card, and for some advertising expense. Let's say $300 right here, for $300, and it comes out from a checking account right here. So the payment method is check, debit card. So let's just say debit card is not here, so you just select add debit card in here. So it's going to call it debit card. So debit card right here, and $300. And save and new. It says save new. All right. So now, so that's for the ATM card. I mean the debit card. Hey, how about you have a company credit card and you bought something? Same thing. Let's say you bought some airlines travel expense. Let's just say you use some credit card, American Airlines, bought some ticket. The vendor is American Airlines. Save it. All right. In this case, you want to use the credit card, company credit card. See right here, Visa debit, this card, Visa card, and you have limit in there. So select this one. You haven't used the credit card first time. This balance is 0, of course. And let's say this one is MasterCard right here, and account American Airlines is the travel. Let's say put a travel expense in here. The travel right here, travel, and let's say it's $150. See right here, $150. And you can see here the balance is 0. The moment you save it, you're going to save a new, and then you will see your balance jump to 150 now. So save a new. You can see here, see the balance jump to 150 now. You owe your credit card company 150. All right. So now let's go to another one here. The Chase. You have a negative account. Negative balance in here, and you want to put in some money. So you want to deposit some money, your own money. So it's go in here, deposit, bank deposit, and you want to put in your own money. It's a checking account because you don't have enough money in there. So 130 negative, so you want to add money from add equity. So your account is equity in here. So you don't have there's no bonus contribution account in here, so we'll create one account. All right, the owner's equity account right here, owner's equity account. Save it. Let's say you put in $5,000 for your business. $5,000, and payment. Let's say it's check. Check number if you want. You can put it here, and you deposit it to your checking account. And receive from. If you want, you can put your own name. In this case, there's a customer or vendor. So owner is neither a customer or vendor, but you have to select one. So you will select as vendor. So owner's name. So select as vendor. If you are employed, then you can select employee. But let's just say You're not an employee either, so it says vendor and save and close. So save and new, let's see what happens. So we've got, it's already negative in here. So once you put in $5,000 deposit, so it's in a positive balance in there. So now, as you can see here, you have positive balance here, good enough to run business. All right, so now, like we talked about last time, if you want to see your bank register, you should see all the transactions right there. Start of accounts, go to register, right here, the 5,000 deposit, 100 deposit, 250 from customer, 100 from customer, 5,000 from your money, and then you have certain expenses in here. All right, so, and then the transfer. Okay, so transfer is from within bank account, within the same bank, within the bank accounts in QuickBooks. This won't do any actual transfer with your bank, so it's just a recording transfer and in QuickBooks. Let's say you have now you have like $4,800, 48 something in your bank account, and you don't want to put all that money in here. You want to transfer the savings account. The checking account 4870, and you don't want to leave it there, so you want to transfer the savings. So you need to create a new account, transfer. So in this case, you will need to create a new account right here, add new. So account type is bank. This savings type right here. Okay, so you have and transfer from checking. So you have 4870. You don't need that much money in there. So just say you want to transfer $2,000. So now it's 4870. It drops to 2870, and this balance becomes so here's a transfer. And if you want to attach the receipt, you can do it here. So they give you a receipt when you enter the bank, so you can just attach it here. Let's say this is the receipt you got from your bank, and you just upload it here and then save it. So now you have receipt attached to your transfer. All right. So now if you go to your check register again, as you can see here, you have $2,000 in your savings account. Right here, transfer. So that worked. And now the next one is a journal entry. So most likely you may not need to do this, but in case you need to do it, basically at the year end, if you want to reclass certain expenses, or your accountant tells you do certain things, you do it here. So most likely you don't need to, but the way it works is debit is your expense and credit is your income if it's P&L. So on the balance sheet side is a debit, it's a deposit to your bank account, and credit if it's a bank account, deposit. So when you say this, checking account, $100, so that means you are depositing $100 to your bank account. So Let's try another one. So $100 negative, so that means you're taking out credit. So that means you're taking out money out from your bank account. Money out from your bank account is credit. Money in to your bank account is debit. And what happens, this is your liability account. Let's say your credit card account. So in this case, so you are reducing your liability, making payment, that's debit. You're increasing your liability, that's credit. So that's how it goes. All right, so let's close this one. We're not going to save this one. Just clear it. Cancel this one. And now you use your credit card, and how about paying that credit card balance? So you go to the same place, expense, vendor's expense. All right, so now you need to add Chase Visa card as a vendor. So add Chase Visa card. What you're going to do is we're going to pay this $150 to your Chase Visa card because we use $150 to buy American Airlines ticket. So add in here, let's say Chase Visa card as a vendor. Chase, this is a Chase company. So that's your that's where you write check or transfer from your bank account. So it's a vendor, save. Okay, and you're gonna pay from your checking account. So it's checking account. So it's a vendor. Chase company is a vendor, and checking account. That's how you're gonna pay from checking account. And so the account you want to select is your liability account, which is your credit card type here. Use this one, Chase Visa card is a credit card type here. So that's the account because you owe. If you look at your balance sheet, you will see you owe $150. So now you're paying off the $150 right here, $150. And you can put the reference number here, whatever bank reference number you have. So this is how you do it. So this is basically you are doing payment for your credit card from not from your check, not writing check, but basically from your debit card or some other way from your bank to make payment, bill payment. All right, so save and close. Now if you go to your chart of accounts and see the balance for your credit card, there's your credit card account, it's zero now. See 150 in, 150 out. So if you look at the register, you will see in and out there. See, in and out right there. So in this case, we use the same date. That's why this one comes out first. Normally, you will see this one first. That's okay, and the payment later. It works pretty good right here. The charges and the payment later on. Okay, and we'll go back to this transaction report again. Transaction in the chart of accounts again. And if you want to print some sort of account report, you just come in here, registered, drop down arrow, report right here. So this is a quick report. So it'll give you some information right here. Chase credit and American Airlines is your expense. Okay, so we covered everything. Now this is the statement. So if you want to send statement to your customers, like the first of the month or middle of the month, whatever, you just ask you, well, why don't you send us a statement so that we can make payment? So just send out statement in here. So it will tell you, you want statement with a balance forward. You can check around here, open item only or transaction statement only. Just select the balance forward. So right now we have this one here, Jimmy Smith one, and you can select this, create and send. So now you can either print statement. So if you print it, then you basically print it. So that's what happened. And so then it's done. So you can send it by email if you have, that's your choice. That means send. So you have a choice of print or send. So you can select either one. All right. So now we're done with the company gear. We're done uh, with the plus sign, and so then this is the recent transaction. As you can see here now, this is all expanded in here. There are all kinds of transactions. We did this. We added certain transactions in here, and this one is for search. If you want to search certain things, just click the advance, and then you can do the searching. Okay, so we're done with the plus, uh, magnifying glass, and a little clock in there for recent transaction. Now let's move back to the blue navigation bar here. So the customers here, this is a customer center. So whenever you invoice, you will see uh, your listing of all your customers in here. So if you click at this one, uh, so it'll give you all the transactions in here, and then it will tell you the status of all the invoices, all your sales received, paid, and that kind of stuff. And you can also click it here. So in this case, so you have invoice for 5,000 and you haven't received the payment yet. So that's what it is. And you click it here. So this is the customer split in here. So see right now you have this screen. So you want more space. You just click this one and make this collapsible. Now you have more space. So more space to work on. So click this one. Now you have less space. This collapsible one, arrow. And now this. And if you want to update your customer profile, you just come in here. This is the sending your email address in here, and you can just do the edit in here. So right here, you can do the edit, your customer information. And if you want to do certain new transactions, you can do it from here as well, from customer center. So you invoice, receive payment, estimate, sales receipt, everything from here as well. So either from here, the plus sign, or within customer center, you can do the same new transaction in here, right here, everything in here. And if you want to expand this and see more columns in here, you just click the little small gear in the middle here. Just click this one, and then you can expand whatever you want in here. You got the payment method source, aging, how many days, the invoices. So past due, all those things is so more. Right now, only these are, you see, type, number, due date, balance, status, and so less right there. And then you want to click any one, the aging. So you'll add aging in here. So right here, it'll tell you how many days the invoice is, been running. All right, so that's how you do it. You go back in here and you're back to customer center again. Here's the money bar. So it'll tell you everything. So zero estimate. You have no estimate outstanding, and then you have 4 open invoices, and then no overdue, and you have 5 paid within last 30 days. So you got the expense side paid. All right, let's open this one, make this a little bigger again. Go navigation bar. Now the vendor center here, same thing. So you list all the vendors, and it'll tell you how you're doing. You got the chest, $150 payment. So vendor center, go back. So we got the American Airlines. So your $150 expense. So window. So we have some expenses in here. And in here, you also set up as a bonus name. So it's not expense, so that's why it's not here. It's your equity. So vendors, basically it's listing in here, everything in here. And even for the vendors, so you can add new vendor from here and create expense from here as well. So right check, make inactive. You want to make this vendor inactive, you can do it from here. Same thing with little here. You can expand it. You can add address in here. Right now there's no address. And if you want to make this inactive, then so there's no delete. You can't delete vendor. So you just have to make it inactive. So what you just inactive, and later on if you need to want to make that vendor active, then you come back and uncheck this box. Okay, so now, so employee, this is for the payroll one. We're not going to touch that one for now. And transactions, so banking is a separate subject, so we're going to do that later on next video. And sales, as you can see here, so it will track all the sales reporting. It will tell you how many invoices you have and when, and you can sort by type. The estimate on top. You can sort by invoice number. You can sort by customer. So you got an idea, and it's the balance total, and you need a little gear in here, so you can expand it if you need it. So if you want to expand it, just make this collapsible, then you have more space, so you can add more in here now. Just add, let's say you want to add this, like that, like this, whatever you need. As you can see, you have more space to work on. All right. Okay. And then you got same thing with expenses. All the expenses are listed in here. So we'll say category. You list all the category type, and in some case, if you want to change it, you can do it from here as well. Change it to something else, you can do it from here. For some reason you coded the wrong way, it's not advertising, it's something else, you can just come here and change it and save it. The same thing, you can expand it here if you want to see, add more columns, just come here and do it. And then if you want to do the compact one, so as you can see here, so it was a little bit more compact. If you want more rows, so that's what you do. So if you want more rows, just do the compact one. If you want more columns added, just add in here. And in that case, just make this collapsible one, and the screen will expand. Okay, and so that should do it for now. And so next video we're going to talk about the bank feed. So we'll show how to log in and what to do, all the bank rules and everything, and definition of all these new transactions in QuickBooks and excluded. And on another video we're going to talk about the reports, what kind of reports you want to run, you can run. So you can do reports, so you have all kinds of reports you can run. And then we're going to talk about sales tax. If you charge sales tax, this is where we set up, sales tax to customer. This is where we need to start. And if you need to buy some apps, this is where you come. Since you only have the simple start, I won't worry too much about buying apps. So the whole idea of the simple start is the income and expenses tracking by proper categories. Run some reports, and at the end, hand it over to your accountant and let him worry about it. So anyway, so that should do it for now. So thank you for watching, and just look for part 2 and part 3 and so on of our videos. This is all for a simple start. See you again. Bye.